Hi everybody, welcome to my channel. If you're an existing subscriber, welcome back. If you're new to my channel, welcome. I'm so glad you're here. And I hope that you think about hitting that subscribe button, click the notification bell and click all. You'll get notified every time I upload a video, as well as leave me a comment and give me a big old thumbs up. Today I'm taking part in the Thrift Flip road trip. We'll get to more information about that in a moment. So let's get right in. I have two projects today, and they were both thrift, well, sort of. Let's just get into it. Okay, so this first one was just wood pieces. Now, I was gifted these. They were going to the thrift store, but my friend decided to ask me if I wanted them. So these are just like plaques. They're exactly the same size. I think they're like 8 inches by 7 inches or 9 inches by 8 inches, and they had been stained, so I left the stain there. Now I'm taking my chalk paint from Folkart in Adirondack white, and I am just kind of putting it in the center and kind of fraying it out to the edges. I do come back and I do put a second coat of the white on this one because it wasn't as solid as I wanted it. Then I'm going to move on to the next one, and the next one I am going to be painting black. I'm going to do the same thing on this one, and this one will be black. And this one only needed one coat. It didn't need a second coat. Now, one little spot on the corner, somehow I hit my paintbrush on it and it got a little bit too dark, so I used a little bit of antique wax on that corner to subdue the black a little bit. But you know what? It really doesn't matter. This is an easy thing. So these friends, they gave me quite a few things. They gave me these 3 things, plus a bunch of different shapes and smaller ones. Bunch of frames and some other things. So this was all going to the thrift store, and they asked if I wanted to look at it, and everything I didn't take was going to the thrift store. So these are thrift finds even if I didn't have to pay for them, so they were free to me. So I'm just getting this all done, making sure it's kind of in the center, and as you can see, there's that corner right there that is just a little too dark, and so I subdue it some, but I didn't subdue it very much. It doesn't much matter. There's no rhyme. Actually, it was that corner that was a little too dark. There's no rhyme or reason. I was inspired by something I saw on Pinterest to do this, and I just think it ends up being really cute. So now this is the third one, and the other one was real black from Folkart chalk paint. This is pumpkin chalk paint from Waverly, and orange is kind of more translucent, just like red is, and so I definitely had to have 2 coats on this to get it solid, so that it looked so you couldn't see the wood through it. And I do the edges just like I did all the other 2. So these are going to be hung on the wall close to each other. So I'm just going to head and just getting them dry now with my Darcy heat gun, and then I cut out some vinyl, and so we're going to put the vinyl on. Now, as you see, when I pull this white vinyl, it's Oracle 651. I get it from Amazon. I can put a link up for it in my description box, or if you go to my link tree, which there's a link in my description box, it will take you there and you can see it. Now, I use black Oracle 651, and I use white Oracle 651. Now, this was my first time at putting more than one piece of vinyl on my mat. I did it wrong. As you can see, part of the word give is gone. So I'm going to go ahead and put it on, and then I'm going to use white paint to finish the letter and make it a little bit different. So, and this one is going to go on the black, the plaque with the black. So, and I put those little leaves down at the bottom. I'm just weeding out the centers of these the words, and now I'm going to use my Peel and Stick from Duck brand and it's not too sticky, but I do defuzz it on my leg a couple of times. But this piece I've probably used 15 times and it still works, and I would rather it not be too sticky than be too sticky. So I'm just going to go ahead, and once I get this off, I'm going to use my ruler and place it. Maybe I won't use the ruler. The other one of them I think I do, but I might not. So that comes off really easy. And as you can see, the top of the letters are missing. So I'm just using that white Adirondack white from Folkart, and I'm just finishing off these words. They don't look exact as the way they should, but you know what? I love the way it ended up looking, and so that's what we went with. So I'm just like finishing those up, and then we're going to move on to the next one. But then I realize the I and the V needs to be a little bit bigger, so I'm adding that onto it, the I taller and the V a little bit taller. And then we move on to the next one, which I think it's going to be the white plaque, which is going to have black vinyl on it. And I don't think I missed any letters, parts of letters on it. I did the last one, but you'll see that as well. But now I'm moving to the black vinyl, and it's the 651, the Oracle 651, of course. And I'm just going to weed this and get it ready to go on. The first one, of course, says give thanks. And then this one we will see in just a second, because I cannot remember. It's been a couple of weeks since I did this, so I can't remember exactly what it says. Oh, it says hello fall. Yes, that's what it is. And I didn't cut off any of the letters on this, so it ended up being perfect. And someone asked me, or said something to me in one of my comments on my last video, I've never seen anybody weed with scissors. Okay, I'm not weeding so much with scissors. I do use the scissors because when you're pulling and you've got so much and it's pulling on too many words, I use the scissors just to cut it away from the letters, so that I'm not pulling up too much stuff. So that's why. Now I'm going to do the same thing once I get these last little pieces all weeded, and I'm going to use the pill and stick and put this right on to the one with the white Adirondack chalk paint on it from Folkart. So here I am. I'm just going to grab that. I did cut off that last little bit. That was from one of the other ones. You'll see that in a minute. And I'm just weeding, or I'm just using my burnishing tool from CRICUT and just pulling that up. I always use it to make sure everything starts to get pulled up so I don't leave anything behind. And then we're going to go ahead and put it right on there and burnish it, and then pull it off, and it ends up perfect. So yeah, I'm just pulling that up. And then now the third one is not words. I'm using transfer tape, and this is Frisco transfer vinyl, and I get that from Amazon as well. Now I am weeding this different because it's going to be to use as a transfer. So I'm pulling everything that I want to paint off, and I'm leaving everything that I don't want to have paint on it. So now this one I did accidentally cut off a little bit of the side and the top, so I'll just use my paintbrush and paint that in. So this just gets pushed, put down on here, and then I pull it up and leave the vinyl, of course, and then I paint with a stipple brush on the inside of this. And as you can see, it is a pumpkin. And yeah, I'm just going to use that same black chalk paint, just getting some air bubbles out so I don't have any bleeding. And I've had very little, I just corrected it, no big deal. So I'm just going ahead and I'm stippling on this little pumpkin, and then I'm going to grab my paintbrush, and then I'm going to finish painting. But I think I pull off all of the vinyl first, but we'll see here in a second, because it was no big deal. Now, I didn't want to go on that side where I didn't have any vinyl on the side, so I just did part of it and on the stem, and then that way I could finish it with a paintbrush when I was done. So I'm going to go ahead and grab that small paintbrush, and now I'm just painting it in. So I ended up pulling off the vinyl afterwards, which is no big deal. I wanted to use it as like a template to make sure that I got it right. And when I'm done, you can't tell that it wasn't done the same as the rest of them. Plus I was checking and making sure that there was no little spots that I had missed. And so once I get this all done, then I'm going to go ahead and pull this vinyl off of here. And then I'm going to get this all dry, and then I'm going to put hangers on it. I'll show you what I use for my hangers. It's a free thing, so it's no big deal. So here comes the vinyl. I love seeing the reveal when I pull off vinyl and see how awesome something looks that I have just done. I absolutely love it. So here we go, finishing up that, and look, you can't tell, it's beautiful. So the pull tabs off of like soup and vegetable cans, I save them, and that's what I use. I just bend them a tiny bit, use hot glue, put it down, put some more hot glue, and put a piece of felt over it, and that's a perfect hold. Now if I was having any issues, I would put a small screw into it, and that would hold it down, because there's a little area for a screw. Or I would just get those little C hooks, but this is free, so I don't have to order those. So here you go, this is it. I hope you guys like these. I absolutely love them. Now, the information on this is the Thrift Flip Road Trip. Kay and Trish from the Crafting Cousins puts this on. Normally they have Teresa from My Green Acres, but today, this week, or this month, she couldn't be a part of it, so their special guest host is Brandy for Making It My Own DIY. And don't forget, their links are going to be down in the description box, as well as the playlist link. So let's get back into this. Okay, this is like a little, it used to be like a little sewing box. I got this from my friend as well. It was going to the thrift store, so I wanted to change it up. It looked like it was from the 60s. It looks like something my mother would have had when I was young. So I'm taking this and I am just going to paint the whole outside with that white Adirondack paint again, and I end up doing 2 coats on the whole thing because it needed it. So there's not really any damage except for the back at the top was kind of splitting, but it's okay. So I'm just going ahead and I'm going to paint the back of this as well, because I don't know exactly where I'm going to sit it, and I don't want anyone being able to see an unfinished back. So, but it does have holes to hang it, so we'll see what I end up putting it, and what I end up putting in it. I might put it on my desk, I might put it on my makeup table, I'm not sure. But I'm just going to go ahead and paint this whole thing white. You can see there the separation of some of the wood. No big deal. I didn't want to put hot glue in it because that would make the separation, possibly could make the separation wider, and didn't want to do that. So I'm just getting this all painted, and then you'll see what I end up doing with the drawers. Okay, let's get right to this. I'm taking the drawers, they have little pulls, and I'm painting the pulls all white. That of course takes 2 coats as well. And then the actual face of the drawers I am doing in black. So this is Folkart's black, and the white of course is Folkart's Adirondack. They're both chalk paint, and there is a little bit of engraving on it, but the black kind of subdues it. And I might go back over it and dry brush some of the white just to even make sure that that goes out even more, but I'm not sure if that's what I'm going to be doing, so we'll just have to wait. And I don't do it on this video, so I'll just have to decide. I might just leave it exactly the way it is because I really like how cute it is. And here I am, I'm just going over it for the second coat. It ends up looking extremely sharp. I'm not worrying about the inside because I don't want it to mess up with the way the drawers slide in and out. And so here I am just going to use the glossy Mod Podge and go over the whole thing so that it won't chip off or peel, and it's a little bit shiny. And once that's done, this project is finished. I hope you guys really enjoy both of these projects. Also, if you would like to give me a special thanks, down below next to the save, you can click on that $sign that says thanks, and you can, it's like sending me a coffee or giving me a little, helping me get some more supplies. It's totally up to you if you want to do that. So also, I am really glad that you guys have decided to watch my video. Please hit that subscribe button. It helps my channel grow. I'm trying to get to a point where all the money I get paid from YouTube takes care of all my supplies, so I'm not having to take it out of my budget. I am on a restricted income, so this helps me major. So if there's anything else that you guys would like to see me do, leave it in a comment, because I love to do all kinds of things, all kinds of crafts and all kinds of just things. So I hope you guys love this, because I sure love it. And isn't this just darling? I just love it. Also, don't forget to go down and check out all the other creators in this playlist. They are some amazing creators, and I hope you guys love these, because I sure love them. Now, you guys, don't forget to call somebody and tell them you love them today. It might be exactly what they need to hear. As well as, you guys have the most blessed week, and don't forget to be the Bible that somebody reads today. Bye.